Hello and welcome again to Sanaview. As you know, I'm Janet McKee, holistic health counselor and founder of Sanaview, organization to inspire you to live a healthier life. And we're here today to talk about smoothies. It's one of my favorite topics because it's a great way to get fruits and vegetables, healthy foods into your body in ways that are so delicious. Everyone loves a yummy smoothie. We're in a series talking about what to have for breakfast, and I wanted to separate the smoothie section out for you because there's so many great ideas, and I hope that by watching this today, you're inspired to even create your own recipes and things that really appeal to your taste buds. So we are going to go through an entire series of ideas to give you the full spectrum of what you can do with the blender and in a smoothie creation. So what I just want to start with then is, of course, the basic fruit smoothie. And this is something you could do any time of the day. It's so healthy. You can have it for breakfast or a snack. Wonderful way to do something yummy and healthy for children, especially. And the children love it when you throw things in a blender and turn it on and blend it up. It's just a fun experience for them too. So a basic fruit smoothie, this is just one of many, many examples. You just like do fruit and some water, things that taste good. And what I have here today is I have frozen peaches. Peaches are really wonderful for you. You don't even realize sometimes the nutrients and antioxidants are in some of these basic fruits that we take for granted. There was a study done, about a year ago. Plums and peaches were found to have nutrients that fight breast cancer. Really wonderful. I always like to throw a banana in. When you use banana, if you like bananas in your smoothies, it makes them creamy and yummy and delicious. I'm actually going to throw just a regular ripe banana in. You'll see today how we use frozen bananas a lot too. What I also have here are frozen raspberries. I'm just having fun picking fruits that I love to create an interesting combination. Then what I'm going to do here is you could just use water and blend that up. You can also use, and you're going to see as we do that today, some almond milk or rice milk. But in a basic fruit smoothie, I also like to add like a fruit juice. But I don't like bottled fruit juice so much because that's been pasteurized and it's a little bit more like sugar in your body. So what I did is I squeezed fresh oranges. You can also juice apples and have a jar of apple juice in your fridge, fresh squeezed, fresh juiced apples to add to your smoothie. That's a wonderful thing to help sweeten it further. You definitely want to watch our video on juicing as part of this breakfast series because that will show you how to juice apples, but also many powerful, wonderful healing effects of fresh juice. So I'm going to add some orange juice in there and maybe a little bit of water too, just give it a little bit. We always have fresh spring water at our household. You can also use filtered water. And what I'm going to do is you're going to see today how I'm going to use the Vitamix blender. Vitamix is just an amazing blender. I hardly ever consider it a blender because it's such a powerful tool in the kitchen. We love ours so much. We have two at home and it's always on the countertop being used. Please do consider getting a really good blender when you're doing smoothies because it blends things up a little bit better, more powerful than just a basic run-of-the-mill machine. And also here at Sanaview, we do get the Vitamix blender at dealer cost, so don't hesitate to contact us if we can help you save money on getting this great piece of equipment. So let me turn this on. Wonderful, simple, and just really fun. Give this a taste. This would be just super fun drink for anyone in the family. I love the combination of raspberry and peaches and banana. The banana sweetens it a little bit and makes it creamy, but I'm a huge fan of raspberries. Some people don't like raspberries as much, so use whatever you want. Use strawberries or something more basic and common. But what I want to introduce you to further now is how to take a basic fruit smoothie and turn it into something more healthful for you. And that is what we call a green smoothie. And what that means is you pick something green leafy to add it to your smoothie. Greens are one of the most important things you can add to your diet. They're really good for bone health. They're typically good sources of calcium. They also alkalize your body, which is really important for keeping your body healthy and preventing illness. And they're really rich with beta carotene and chlorophyll. These are things that really help your body not only give you energy, but stay in really good health and prevent serious health challenges. So getting greens in your diet is one of the most important things you could add to your diet, but it's really hard for people in this country to eat a lot of green leafy vegetables because we typically don't care for them. It's really hard when you're eating out. So children sometimes don't like to eat green foods if they're vegetables. Sometimes even older adults don't care for it. So if you throw some green leafy vegetables in a fruit smoothie, it's a way to get your vegetables in something that tastes good and sweet, just like the fruit. So I just have some parsley here, and you can use anything, and we're gonna talk about that. And I'm gonna throw that here in the blender. I lost a little piece. I'm gonna blend that up. Now you'll notice I turned that on high because there's greens in there, and you really want to blend it good, which is why I suggest a high-powered blender like a Vitamix, because you don't want, if somebody doesn't like greens, to have bits of greens in your smoothie. And so it's really nice if you see that, you can't even tell there's green in there. Now the more greens you add, the more the smoothie will be green. And I'm going to show you some great healthy suggestions next. We are going to now cover more detail about green smoothies. The idea, again, is to add greens to your fruit smoothie. It tastes delicious like the fruit, but you get the benefit of the greens. I'd love to do a green smoothie when I don't have time to juice in the morning, which my juice normally includes green leafy vegetables. So a good quick alternative is to do greens in my fruit smoothie. And as you know, it's extremely healthy for you. These are so common today. You can go into any Starbucks or any grocery store, and where they have the healthy smoothies, you will often see one that's green. And there's usually a combination of fruit and greens. But also, if you don't want to have it be green, let's say you have someone like a child in your home that wouldn't want to drink something green, then make sure you base the smoothie with blueberries. The dark blueberries will keep the smoothie blue, and the green leafy vegetables won't change the color. You just saw me add parsley to a raspberry one. I only put a little bit in and it still stayed red, which was interesting. But often when you're doing a green smoothie, the color will change when you add greens. But it tastes so delicious, you really shouldn't mind. One of the great smoothies that is wonderful to introduce to someone is something that Vitamix Corporation actually taught me. They call it their Going Green smoothie. And it's really simple and has a combination of really sweet fruits in it. When you have the sweeter fruits with the greens, then it's so refreshing and sweet for someone who's not yet accustomed to the taste of green leafy vegetables. So what we're gonna have in here is we're gonna have grapes, banana and pineapple, and yes, these are quite sweet and yummy fruits. And we're gonna add spinach. So a lot of spinach in this one, and you're gonna see this smoothie is definitely green. And then you can add, I have frozen pineapple and frozen banana in there. You can add ice cubes, or if you have some of the fruit that's frozen, you can just add some water. And we're gonna blend this up. As you notice, I turned it on high again because we want to get the little bits of green. Now this one is definitely bright green, but it tastes, oh, I can smell it. The pineapples and banana. This is really a delicious green smoothie. People are surprised when I do a demonstration or I teach a workshop and I make this smoothie. They're surprised how delicious it is. They're often afraid to taste it because it looks strange. Once you taste this once, you will be hooked on green smoothies. Now, some people are worried about having too much sweet fruit. Maybe they have a yeast overgrowth like Candida, or they're being more careful with the sweet fruits for reasons of blood sugar balance and so forth. And there are a couple tricks to that. First of all, often when I'm doing a smoothie for breakfast, that's gonna be a meal replacement, we're gonna show you that next, I will add things like healthy fats and protein to the smoothie, like hemp seeds and flax seed and so forth, which we will show you. But also sometimes people just don't want to do the sweet fruit anyway. So I'm going to show you next two smoothies. One is a very cleansing and detoxifying smoothie, and the last one is one that eliminates all sweet fruit, and it's called a low glycemic smoothie. So let's give those a try. So if you are someone that's trying to stay away from sweet fruit for a while, then something that's more low glycemic for a smoothie would be ideal for you. And what's amazing is it's very cleansing and detoxifying and healing for your body when you consider this isn't a sweet smoothie, it's more refreshing. And what we have here is we're going to put some spinach, of course, and some parsley. Again, green leafy vegetables. It's really interesting because parsley also helps your body detoxify. And we're going to add celery and cucumber. And celery and cucumber help make the smoothie real refreshing and delicious and wonderful for your kidneys and for your digestive system. And then we're going to add a piece of ginger, which is wonderful anti-inflammatory and also wonderful for your digestive system. We're going to add some lemon. Lemon in the smoothie will help make it refreshing and also very cleansing for you. And a Granny Smith apple. Now the Granny Smith apple is very low in sugar, and that's why we're putting it in this smoothie. So it's one piece of well, other than the lemon, one piece of fruit, there's a little bit of sweetness, but it's mostly tart. And again, we need it for the flavor. So I'm going to go ahead and put these together in a smoothie with some water. And it's going to be more of a refreshing green smoothie than a sweet one. Okay, we're gonna add the Granny Smith apple that I chopped up, lemon, parsley, ginger, cucumber and celery, and some spinach, and lots of water. Okay, let's give this one a try. This is actually fabulous. May sound strange to you, but it's the Granny Smith apple and the lemon with the greens. It's very refreshing. You can really tell how wonderful and healthy this is for your body. So something to consider if you want to do something more refreshing, not on the sweet side, but just as wonderful for you, would be a low glycemic green smoothie. I'm going to show you one other. One other slight variation on this green smoothie is what I would call my cleansing detoxifying smoothie. But this one does have a little bit of pineapple in it. I have frozen pineapple to give it wonderful flavor. So if that meets your needs, that would be great for you. I'm also, again, going to put a little piece of ginger in here. Really terrific for your health. We've got a piece of lemon and cucumber. Again, so you understand sort of that idea. Then in here, we're going to actually put some cilantro. Cilantro is a wonderful detoxifying herb for you. Really terrific for helping your body detoxify even from like heavy metal poisoning and things along that line. So we're going to go ahead and put that in there. And some water. This is really good after the holidays, after you've eaten too much of the wrong foods. You just want to kind of give your body a little bit of rejuvenation. I love this cleansing smoothie. Okay, again, we have a green drink going on here, but you understand by now how beneficial it is to you. Give this a taste. The pineapple and ginger combination in here is excellent. You have to give this a try sometime when you just want to kind of cleanse and rejuvenate. So green smoothie idea, and let me tell you, the ideas are endless. I have done smoothies with greens. You can use any green. Kale, Swiss chard, spinach, collard greens, romaine. I've done with Swiss chard and mango. absolutely delicious, wonderful green smoothie. You can do things like romaine with grapes and pineapple. Pears and parsley would be a great combination. Peaches and strawberries with spinach. And pears, raspberries, kale, and water. So these are just ideas of combinations, and the ideas are endless to combine delicious fruit, whatever fruit is your favorite, with a wonderful green leafy vegetable and make yourself a fabulous drink to start your day. Often in smoothies, instead of using water as a base or fruit juice, we like to use a milk. As you will learn in my series of articles and videos, I'm not a huge fan of using cow's milk or goat's milk or any kind of a mammal's milk. And you'll learn more about that in our series, especially around how foods fight cancer. So I love to use the non-dairy milks. And there are so many to choose from at the store. There's almond milk, coconut milk, rice milk, soy milk, flax milk, hemp milk. You go to the grocery store today and there's a wide variety of non-dairy milks for you to choose from. And that's great. Try to pick one that's unsweetened, because I really don't want you to have added sugar into your diet. You'll notice we're making all these wonderful smoothies without adding sugar. We're just using the sweetness of the fruits. However, some of these boxed non-dairy milks have some other added ingredients, and I always kind of wondered about some of them. So I love to make my own non-dairy milk, and it's so simple to do, and I want to show you that before we get into additional smoothies that are milk-based. One of the easiest things you can do is make hemp milk, and no planning required. You take a cup of hemp seeds, 5 cups of water, you stick it in your Vitamix, turn it on high for a while, and you've got yourself hemp milk. It couldn't be any simpler. But other nuts need to be soaked and rinsed. Almonds, for example, you need to soak 8 to 12 hours. And the reason for that is you're releasing some of the enzyme inhibitors and you're making them softer so that you'll be able to strain it through a nut milk bag to get the more textured skin off of that almond in the remains from the milk. Another one I love to do is Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts we tend not to eat a whole lot of in this culture typically, but they're wonderful for you. A handful of Brazil nuts each day give you all the selenium that you need, which is really wonderful antioxidant for your body. Of course, almonds give you calcium. I mean, each nut has a benefit to you, but this is fun for something different. So as you notice, I have a cup of Brazil nuts just sitting in water. And you only need to soak these for 15 minutes or more, but they don't need to soak as long as the almonds, which is nice. So if you haven't planned it in advance, you can do this quickly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rinse them and drain them. Rinse them off. Add them to the water in the blender. And we're gonna turn this on high. Okay, so I blended that on high for a minute or so. And then what I have here is this wonderful nut milk bag. It's a very fine mesh bag. It's finer than like a cheesecloth. The new version of the Vitamix Turbo Blend Variable Speed that we offer here at Sanaview comes with the nut milk bag, so you don't even have to buy a separate one. It's a wonderful value. Also, that version comes with a healthier recipe book than the traditional. So what I'm doing is I'm now pouring this Brazil nut milk into my nut milk bag, because what I want to do is remove the bits of solids that are remaining when you use a nut like that. It's mostly the skin that is remaining. And people think, well, why would you take that out of there? Can't you just use it in the smoothie? It's so fine that I notice it kind of gets stuck in my throat if I try to leave it in the smoothie. But what we're going to do, if you notice, I'm squeezing the milk through this nut milk bag. Some people say it's sort of like milking a cow, but much better for you. Now, you can save the remains, and I often freeze them. And then later, when I'm in the mood, I'll add some raw cacao, some raw cocoa powder, and maybe some dates, and make sort of a nut ball, a chocolate nut ball. So there are things you can do. Some people save the nut remains and use them in like raw crackers and breads, and when they dehydrate, and mix them into things like that. Or of course you can compost it in your compost bin for your organic garden. Okay, so I've squeezed anything solid from the nuts that's remaining. Now, what I like to do, I'm going to pour this back into the blender. And to make it a little bit more yummy, and that's wonderful just like that, I'm going to add a little bit of real vanilla. This is a good way that makes it taste like it's sweetened without adding sugar. And you can put as much to your liking as you want. I'm going to put about a teaspoon or so. And sometimes if you add a pinch of sea salt, it gives a little bit of depth of flavor. I like to do that after I remove the nut solids because I don't want to lose any of the vanilla into what I'm removing from the nut milk. Blend that up briefly. And now, what I have is actually a fresh Brazil nut milk. That is really delicious. If you use cold water, it's a little bit better when it tastes chilled. Or if you have room temperature water, then put it in the fridge for a little bit before you taste it. Really wonderful. Brazil nut milk. I have hemp milk that we made earlier. We're gonna go ahead now and show you some protein smoothies. Okay, welcome back to our smoothie course. And we have with us today my son, again, Nathan. I love working with Nathan. As you know, Nathan does the photography for our newsletter and many of the videos for our educational courses. So definitely wanted to include you in the smoothie presentation because you do so many smoothies at home. And as a matter of fact, one of the big things we did many years was your morning blueberry protein smoothie. And I thought it'd be great if you shared that.
Sure. So in the morning, what I like to do is a basic blueberry protein smoothie. So you have frozen blueberries, frozen bananas. I use 2 tablespoons of hemp seeds and 1 tablespoon of flax seeds, and then a handful or so of spinach. And I like to use the hemp milk that we had made earlier today. So throw that all into the blender.
So it's really incredible because the blueberries are high in antioxidants, the bananas give you potassium, the spinach gives you wonderful nutrients, iron, beta-carotene. The hemp seeds are complete protein. They have all the essential amino acids your body needs. And people don't realize that. Hemp seeds are complete. They have everything. So wonderful to get that good, healthy protein in the morning. And flax seeds we like to include for the healthy fats. Ground flax seed is a very great source of omega-3 fatty acids, which is anti-inflammatory, and the lignans in flax have been found to help fight breast cancer and prostate cancer. So including healthy fats, protein, all of these wonderful fruits and vegetables, this is a complete meal in a drink. You can also include chia seeds. If you've been hearing about chia seeds are also a good source of calcium and omega-3. But I really love flax because it's a huge source of omega-3 and the lignans have been found to fight cancer.
Yep, so after you throw all that in the blender, put that on. And blend that up.
Okay, so this is your basic protein blueberry smoothie.
Yeah,
what have you been adding more recently?
This I just use as like a base for the smoothie, and then you can add a blue-green algae like spirulina or elixir of the lake. I like to use spirulina for the added protein and more powerful detoxifiers and things like that.
Awesome. Okay, so spirulina is known for being a really nutrient-dense plant, which is a blue-green algae, grows in the sea, and is amazing for detoxification and nourishing your body. So it's interesting, meat is 25% protein, spirulina is 65%. So this is like major protein, but the key thing is it's very absorbable, and so is the hemp seeds, by the way. You consider like getting your protein from meat or chicken, and you cook it, and you try to digest it, and you try to assimilate that, and it's really hard to truly absorb the protein, but when you get it from wonderful plant foods like this is fabulous for you.
Also, when I have this before I go to school in the morning, about 8 o'clock, it'll hold me all the way until about 1 o'clock for lunch. So, I mean, with all the added protein from the hemp seeds and the spirulina, it'll tide you over.
That's fantastic. And spirulina, I was doing like research to prepare for this presentation today, and it always amazes me what comes through about spirulina being found to help your cardiovascular health because it helps lower your cholesterol and your triglycerides. It's also an immune boosting, nutrient dense plant, but also it balances your immune system and is somewhat anti-inflammatory. It also has been found to be very detoxifying. As a matter of fact, these blue-green algae have been found to be really helpful in helping your body deal with the effects of chemotherapy and radiation and heavy metal poisoning. So just getting a little bit of this in your body, if you were exposed to heavy metals somewhere in your life, then it's really nice to know that these are working to completely continuously detoxify your body. And also, it's such a rich source of antioxidants, so it helps your body fight cancers and other illnesses, and it's a really good source of zinc. And zinc is really important for supporting your immune system, and it also helps with balancing your mental clarity. And we're finding that sometimes children with ADD or ADHD, or if you're having trouble with focusing and so forth, these blue-green algae are really powerful for that. So spirulina is a really good source of zinc, which helps support that and supports your immune system. But also, we've been adding another one called Elixir of the Lake. And both of these products, by the way, are available on our website here at sanaview.com. I'm very, very particular about the source of our blue-green algae. I don't want to just get any source, because some of the lakes where they could be getting this could be questionable in terms of pollution and so forth. Right. This company goes through great extents to make sure that it's pure and wonderful. What's amazing about this Elixir of the Lake, which is a Klamath Lake algae, it's slightly different, is it's really been good for like neurological health and mental health. And what's fascinating is people are finding they're able to concentrate more and have more energy. And we had some interesting experiences.
Yeah, with remembering our dreams better. We seemed, after we had used the Elixir of the Lake in some of our smoothies, it took about a day or so, but we'd start to realize that we could remember our dreams a little bit more clearly, and there was more detail and things like that. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
That was so interesting. And I've never noticed anything so powerful like that. You mix these wonderful things in and you generally feel healthier. But to have that specific response was really fascinating. We started getting up every morning and saying, guess what I dreamt last night? We were remembering everything, which was really cool. And of course, they were good.
That has more neurological help than the spirulina.
Yeah, this one's definitely more brain and so, but they're sort of related, slightly different. So the problem with these wonderful foods is they taste weird. So you might have, if you choose like a big piece of steak, but you would never eat a big piece of spirulina or the clam flake because the taste is very strange. So you've got to learn how to blend them carefully in a smoothie and start small. Start with a little bit at first, maybe like a quarter teaspoon, and then build up until your taste buds get used to it. You don't want to ruin an entire smoothie by putting too much at first. And if you do that accidentally, just go back and add more fruit and more bananas and more everything to take care of that. So we're going to add just a little bit. We do about a tablespoon of the spirulina, and then we just do a little bit of the Elixir of the Lake. Now, what's fascinating about this protein smoothie is I created a more extensive version of this for some Olympic athletes that are clients of mine. Athletes really have some requirements. Not only do they want the protein, but they want other things to give them energy and stamina. So what we've done for what I call a superfood smoothie, which there's already superfoods in here, is we like to add a few other things. One of the things I love to add if somebody is really working out a lot, like an athlete or somebody like on the football team or a tennis team, whatever, we love to do the coconut water. So this is wonderful. It's from a young coconut. It's not coconut milk, which is also excellent for you. It's the water from a young coconut. It's actually clear and sweet, and it adds wonderful flavor to the smoothie too, which is a good thing to hide the spirulina.
Yeah, the coconut water is also kind of nice if you're either craving something kind of sweet, but you don't want to eat like something that's not exactly healthy for you, or I find that if I'm really dehydrated, if I haven't been drinking enough water over the past couple of days, if I drink one container of the coconut water, it really helps kind of replenish.
Coconut water has all the electrolytes your body needs. So that's why you find that to be so replenishing if you're feeling dehydrated. And that's why it's really key for athletes or sports enthusiasts. Don't do Gatorade or things like that that's filled with chemicals and artificial colors. Get your electrolytes from something perfectly natural, which is the young coconut. Another thing I like to add for my athletes, and sometimes other people as well, is something called maca. Again, same organization that we get the spirulina and the elixir from is a wonderful form of maca. Maca is actually a root vegetable. It's sort of like a radish the way it grows, but it doesn't taste like a radish. It actually has like a milky, creamy, sweet kind of a taste. And this one happens they add some vanilla spice to it, which makes it taste good. But maca is interesting because it's very rich in minerals. It has calcium. It has 70 of the essential amino acids. And it also helps balance your hormones. So this is really helpful for like women going through menopause or for men as they age, really good for supporting that and giving you stamina. So that's why the stamina and the balance and the nutrients are really good for athletes too. So we're gonna add about a tablespoon or so of the maca in there. We're really making this a powerful smoothie. Then my athletes, and me included, love to put some raw cacao, which is cocoa powder in the raw form. You can also just get a pure cocoa powder. Again, you can get cocoa powder anywhere. It's very good for you, high in antioxidants. Phenylethylalanine helps boost your mood and emotions. Just wonderful nutrient to add to your smoothie. But what's great for the athletes is it really boosts them. Their blood flow is better and they get more energy, of course. A little bit of a stimulant too. So we're going to add some cocoa powder. Then the way I kind of balance out this complete superfood smoothie is we actually add a squeeze of lemon, a pinch of sea salt, kind of balances the flavor, and some vanilla. So this is a really interesting, powerful smoothie. Now this smoothie, the superfood smoothie, I was inspired when I was in New York City at a raw food class once, and the woman there was creating something similar to this, and I just thought it was brilliant. So let's go ahead and blend this up and we'll give it a try. Now you'll notice the spirulina and the elixir did change the color a little bit, but it still tends to have sort of a bluish color to it. Let's pour some in.
Sure.
So let me explain something, because people always ask me, what do you like for breakfast? And let me be clear with you what my favorite breakfast is. I love to start with water in the morning, and I love to have my green tea. Then I love to juice. And all of these things are fabulous because I've gotten wonderful vegetables, I've gotten delicious fruit that's high in antioxidants, I've got incredible healthy fats and protein. And none of these protein sources are high in uric acid, which is really hard on your kidneys. When people do too much animal protein, it's very hard on your body. It definitely encourages inflammation, cardiovascular disease, and issues with kidneys. And when you take potent absorbable proteins like this in your body, then you're getting everything you need without any harmful side effects. So let's give it a try. Oh my gosh, it's just sweet and creamy.
I find that the cacao powder kind of hides the flavor of the spirulina.
Oh, right, absolutely. Definitely blends that in. There's no bad taste in this at all. It's really sweet and yummy, and the coconut water has helped that as well.
Absolutely.
So, major protein smoothie with superfoods included. Give this a try. You will love it. Thank you, sweetie.
Cool.
Okay, now that we did all these healthy smoothies, a fruit smoothie, green smoothies, protein smoothies, showed you how to do nut milks. Now let's get to the fun part, which is dessert smoothies. I tell you, you can use smoothies for so many things throughout the day and everything. The idea here is healthy and delicious and really satisfying. And of course, we're keeping our Vitamix blender very busy today. So my son, who you just met doing his protein smoothie, sometimes when he comes home from school, I'll say, Nathan, would you like to have a milkshake? I'm like, sure. Well, what flavor do you want? So if he wants a chocolate milkshake, we make chocolate milkshake. Strawberry milkshake, we make strawberry milkshake. So today, I'm going to show you just real quick, one of my favorites, which is a peach milkshake. So that's all we're doing is a milkshake that's perfectly healthy for you and wonderful. Now, of course, we're gonna use a non-dairy milk. And this is our hemp milk that we made earlier. I'm gonna put some hemp milk into the blender, and then we've got frozen peaches and frozen bananas. So that's the idea. You take a non-dairy milk, unsweetened, frozen bananas, and that's your sweet creamy base of any milkshake. It makes it like thick and creamy like a Frosty. Then you choose your flavor. I want peach milkshake, I'm putting peaches. If you want a chocolate milkshake, it's frozen bananas and cocoa powder. No sugar, no dairy added. If you want a strawberry milkshake, frozen bananas, frozen strawberries, or fresh strawberries. That's the idea. Wonderful milkshake, has everything in it that's good for you, healthy, but the key thing is that it's delicious. Let's blend this up. Now you can get fancy and add a little bit of vanilla or cinnamon in there, but this is yummy after school peach milkshake. Delicious, sweet, and fabulous. Okay, so my son might want a milkshake after school. My favorite afternoon pick-me-up is cherry chocolate milk. This is just too divine. So I'm taking Brazil nut milk we made earlier, or any non-dairy milk. Put some of that in there. Then I take an entire bag of frozen Bing cherries, of course organic. And we're gonna throw that in, entire bag, into our smoothie. Then we're gonna add some cocoa powder. And again, you can get any pure cocoa powder from the grocery store that you want. Just make sure the ingredients say cocoa and nothing else. No sugar, no dairy added. Cocoa has so many health benefits. And as a matter of fact, you have to watch our video on the health benefits of chocolate to learn all of the many, many benefits of dark cocoa. But as soon as you add dairy to cocoa, like an animal dairy, like cow's milk or goat's milk, you lose the benefits that the cocoa offers, which is rich antioxidants and PEA for mood boosting and so many wonderful things. So you want to definitely use non-dairy milk. We've got the frozen Bing cherries, which are also anti-inflammatory, really good for arthritis and other things. So we're gonna add some pure cocoa powder. This wonderful, delicious, it tastes like chocolate covered cherries. This is my afternoon drink, which I love, is so good for me and so delicious. I like it still kind of reddish brown, just like chocolate covered cherry should be. By far my favorite, but I like dark chocolate. I don't like my chocolate to be super sweet. If this isn't sweet enough for you, then add a frozen banana or add some soaked dates. Do something that's a whole fruit to sweeten it further. To me, I like my cherries are sweet enough for me, and the chocolate, it's not an overly sweet type taste. Definitely my favorite. So a few more ideas for dessert smoothies, and of course this is just to inspire you to create your own concoctions. But I did at a webinar that I taught online. You can find it on our website at sanaview.com, a pumpkin pie smoothie just a few weeks ago. And that one had pumpkin and non-dairy milk and frozen bananas and vanilla and pumpkin pie spice. And so it was really creamy and sweet and tastes like a pumpkin pie. But today we're gonna do apple pie smoothie. And again, this is the idea, but we're doing dessert smoothies without added simple sugar. And I hope you're noticing that. Every ingredient is good for you, healthy for you, and nothing is gonna take away from your health and well-being. So what we're gonna do in this apple pie smoothie, of course, we're gonna have apples, but I do one with pecans, so it's like a pecan apple pie. If you don't want to do the nuts, you can just omit it. So we're going to put some pecans in there. I like to add coconut because the coconut gives it like this extra taste and flavor. Then I'm going to add in here also a teaspoon of vanilla. Again, to add a half a teaspoon of cinnamon because I think of apple pie having cinnamon. So then we need something sweet. So we're gonna do some more frozen bananas in there, but again, you could add dates if you wanted something different. And then I'm going to add a little bit of non-dairy milk. This is our Brazil nut milk we made earlier, to the desired consistency. So let's go ahead and blend this up. This is so much fun. Now this you can make as chunky or smooth as you want. If you want it to be a little bit chunkier, to taste a little bit like apple pie, then that's fine too. You can even, if you did this, top it with a slice of apple. Really kind of neat looking. It's like thick and chunky a little, and you can even eat it with a spoon, but I'm gonna drink it. It tastes like the most amazing apple pie you've ever had. So we've given our Vitamix a workout today. Did fruit smoothies, green smoothies, protein smoothies, superfood smoothies, dessert, everything that to satisfy your tastes and cravings, all with healthy ingredients to support your well-being. Thank you for joining us at our smoothie workshop today. Have a great day.